Good morning, everyone. It is Thanksgiving morning, and I'm so excited that I get to go and spend it with my family. My son Chad will be there. Of course, Todd and his family will be in Zionsville or in Fishers with his in-laws, and they have to take time about, and I understand that. So hopefully next year I'll get to see him. But Christmas is around the corner, and I'll see them then. So we're gonna go to my brother's, and I'm trying to make a few things up. Definitely in a few minutes I'll be showing my crescent rolls to you all. I started them yesterday morning and they've been in the refrigerator. But right now I'm trying to come up with some dessert things that, everybody can just grab real quick. And I've made a couple of things, but now I'm gonna work on some chocolate chip cookies. You cannot go wrong with fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. So I'm making this pretty early. I've actually woke up about 5 a.m., couldn't get back to sleep. I think it's like the little kid in me getting excited about making some things today. And I have all my things all setting out here, and I'm not going to add nuts this time. Some people like nuts, some people don't. I can live without them, so as long as I've got my chocolate chips, I'm good. These are some cookies that I have searched and searched for a recipe that would just turn out perfectly. I think these are the best recipe that I've found. They're not real big ones. I make them kind of small, and they're very soft and chewy and buttery. So I'm gonna make those today. We'll show you how to do it. It's not that hard. Now I am gonna make them a little ahead of time and let the dough sit in the refrigerator for about an hour, something like that. The more time, the more they set up, then they don't flatten out as much. When you bake them, they'll stay puffed up a little bit, which that's the way I like my cookies. So here we go. I'm gonna bend this down, and I've got my my mixer right here, and all my ingredients are pretty much laid out. Sometimes I forget things. Hopefully I didn't today. And I already have my flour, and I am doubling the recipe as I always do, because what I'm gonna do is freeze a few for later on, like for a Christmas gathering or a party or something. I have 3 cups of flour in my bowl, and you could sift it, but I'm just gonna actually take my spoon, and I'm going to just do it this way to kind of make sure all the flour's nicely softened up, and sort of, it's like sifting it. Okay, now then, I need to add to this the other dry ingredients. So it's 2 teaspoons of baking soda, because that I am doubling it. So everything I'm gonna tell you is for a double recipe. So 2 teaspoons, and you want a level teaspoon. 1 and 2 baking soda. We need 1 teaspoon of salt. So we've got that going right there. 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, we're just going to go ahead and mix that up good so that it's all mixed through, your salt and your soda. All right, here we go, getting it mixed up. Now in the mixer on a medium speed, I am going to put in 1 cup of softened butter, and I have that here. I kind of had it sitting out all night actually. So that's like 2 sticks of butter, and this is salted butter. I will bring my mixer forward. These things are heavy. Who needs to lift weights when you have all these things that are heavy like this when you're a cook? All right, so here is my 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of the butter. And we're gonna add our sugars. 1 cup of packed brown sugar. So I just measured up 12 tablespoons of granulated sugar. So I'm gonna put that in with my butter and my sugar, my other sugar, the brown sugar. I will put on my batter here, beater for the batter. Oh, goodness sakes, some of the words I get mixed up. It's kind of entertaining to my own self. Okay, so we're going to give that a start. Let that sort of start creaming. Now take note, green Christmas trees on my top here. So I decided I'd wear a little bit of green jewelry. You know, I don't have a lot of green, but I found this top and thought, oh, how festive. So we're doing that today. I try not to look too horribly, tired or half awake when I'm doing my shows. So we have our sugars pretty much all mixed in now. Well, my sugars and my butter, they're all creamed together. Now I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla this time. 1, 2. And then I'm going to add in 2 eggs, and we're going to mix that all together. Here's egg number 1. Hopefully we don't get any eggshells in there. That's the goal anyway. There we go. There's number 2. All right. We'll turn that on and let that mix up a little bit. We're kind of slow to start, and then we'll speed it up. Now you don't want to mix stuff up too much, so you just want to get it kind of smooth, and that's kind of where we are now. Alright, so you can see it's pretty well mixed up. Give it a little quick turn there. Okay, now I'm going to gradually add my flour. My flour's here in this red bowl with this has the salt and the baking soda in it. So now I'll start adding some of the flour a little bit at a time. Let's do 3 big scoops to start off with. And then we're going to start it slow so we don't make a mess like I do sometimes. Okay. Gonna keep adding the flour until I get it all in. Let that mix in for a minute. And I'm going to get a spatula so that I can kind of scrape the bowl at one point. I've gotten so much use out of my Cooking with Gigi apron. I do love it. It's red. It matches all my stuff in my kitchen. I'm a red pink girl. So I have been struggling with some pain issues with my hips. These are 69-year-old hips, and they've been through quite a bit. Raising kids, working as a social worker, walking down those halls to take care of those elderly people. Years ago, I was an activity director when I was younger, and that sounds easy. It's not that easy of a job. So, I've been on my hips a lot, and I did struggle a lot more with weight in my younger years. So, that's hard on your body, and so take it from me, someone that has lived through it. That's really hard on your body. So if you can get your weight down, it's better. I'll give you a little lecture here, coming from somebody that knows. So I also play pickleball a lot. Not every day, but close. I love that pickleball, and your liver loves for you to be active. And so I'm hoping my liver will last longer because I'm so active. At least that's my plan. That's everything that I read. Drink coffee for your liver and be active. Try not to eat too much sugar. Well, I'll try not to eat too many. But it is a holiday time, and we should all be able to enjoy the things we like, at least on the holiday. Just don't go crazy. So anyway, I have been trying to figure out this hip thing. Have you ever heard of femoral acetabular impingement? Who knew? I've been going to a specialist in Carmel. I had started here in Lafayette, didn't get my satisfaction as I wished. Kind of felt like I was kind of sloughed off a little bit. And anyway, again, we don't want to beat this too long, so it's pretty well in there now. So now I'm going to add my chocolate chips. So I went to this doctor in Carmel that was recommended to me by one of my very good friends from high school, Angie. A lot of you might know her. And she's like a sister to me. We lived around the block from each other growing up. And she'd had someone in her family that had struggled with the same exact thing. That's what the doctor in Lafayette did tell me what I had. He just didn't help me the way I'd hoped for. So I go to Carmel, and we're on the road to feeling better. I've actually had a couple of injections, one on my left first, because that's my worst hip, then one on my right. And I'm telling you, the problem was mainly at night. I could not sleep or roll over in bed or raise up out of bed without having lots of pain. Now, I could still walk around with some pain, and I could still do pickleball and things, but I was slower. So anyway, now I've had 2 shots. I rise up out of bed. I'm doing great. This doctor's telling me they're hoping I can get about 6 months out of those. That's those cortisone shots. Well, all I know is it is awesome to be able to be pretty much pain-free at this point. And whenever it acts up again, he says, we'll go from there, and I can possibly have shots one more time, and then after that, we'll have to figure out something else. And I think there's a little surgery you can have. If I need to do that, I'll do that. So I am thankful for that today. Things are just going so well for Gigi. She's a happy camper. My family's pretty healthy. Everyone seems to be happy. And what more can I ask for? Okay. There is this dough. And I think I did kind of back off on the chocolate chips. It had said 2.5 cups, but sometimes I think there's too many chips. But if I don't have enough when I'm ready to bake them, I can always add some more chocolate chips. No big deal. Now, I made these one time for Todd and his family, and I did this thing because I was low on chocolate chips. I added some white chocolate chips that I happen to have. And when I took those to them, he said, wow, Mom, I think that's my new favorite cookie. He said the white chips are a little sweeter. For me, the chocolate's great. I don't have to have the white, but he really liked that. So you might want to keep that in mind. You could put peanut butter chocolate chips or peanut butter chips or butterscotch. You can make your own decision and do what you want. I'm going to put this dough in the refrigerator for, say, 45 minutes to an hour, and I will take them out and I will bake some up for today's get-together. And then I'm going to make balls and freeze the rest of them for later. Okay, I'll catch you later. I need to correct something I said about these cookies. I said that it was calling for 2.5 cups of chocolate chips. Well, that would be more if I didn't double it. So since I doubled it, it's calling for about 4.5 cups. And so I had about 1 more cup left, and I thought we'll go ahead and add them. So that's gonna make it about 3 or a little over 3 cups of chocolate chips. And as I look in here, I think that's enough chocolate chips. And I'll get it stirred up better too. Okay, I just wanted to make that correction. Hi everyone, I am back and I am scooping up my chocolate chip cookies. They have been sitting in the refrigerator a little longer than usual because I was busy doing my rolls. And then I took a little break. So anyway, here are some cookies that I'm dipping up. They're pretty set, so they're a little bit harder to get out of the bowl. But that's okay, because then maybe they won't fall flat and be really flat cookies, because I like them when they're not so flat. So I used my little mini scooper to do that. And here we are on our cookie sheet. I'm putting this in the oven at 350 for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'll keep a close eye on them. I'm gonna make a couple trays of these, and then I'm gonna take them to my family get-together today. All right, here we are. We have our cookies. The first batch has come out of the oven. Right here they are. Looking pretty good. Pretty uniform shapes. Now I did let my dough get a little bit colder, so therefore it took a little bit longer. And I'm gonna let them sit there for about 5 minutes and cool off. Then I will take them off of this parchment paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and bake this other set of cookies. And then that's gonna go into my platter, and I'll show you my platter that I'm fixing for my family for today, for Thanksgiving. Okay, everyone. I have one of my chocolate chip cookies. Just a little bit of brownness, light brown on the bottom. They didn't fall completely flat, so they're pretty good. You could put some nuts in here if you'd really like nuts. I just decided to do plain semi-sweet chocolate chip, and I did bake them at 350 for about 8 minutes. It just depends on how cold your dough is, so just keep an eye on it. So I guess I'll take a taste. Wow. I'm a fool for a chocolate chip cookie. A little warm, not too hot, a little brownness, chewy. Makes me think of my childhood. Well, this is going on my platter of goodies. I'll show you my platter. I don't have all the cookies on there yet, but I do have chocolate chip cookies, apple cake, pecan bars, some with chocolate chips, some without, and peanut butter cookies with the Reese cups. I made that show. And then here on the back side, I have some of my dates. And this time I did the dates with the peanut butter in the middle. You buy the ones that are already pitted. And then dipped them in the chocolate and sprinkled some pecans on top. I thought I'd do that, make it pretty and kind of crunchy too. I'm excited to see what my family thinks about these dates. They're kind of common folk. They're not into different things like that, I don't think, but we'll see what they think. Anyway, so here's my goodie platter, plus I will be showing you my rolls later when they get baked. That'll be happening soon. Okay, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy all your homemade food today. Thanks for joining Cooking with Gigi. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this. Oh, a little chocolate right there. And maybe subscribe, that would help me. Thank you so much.